are here in our kitchen with someone who's a very good friend of ours, Naomi Nachman, and she is here to make her classic babka with a rich, gooey chocolate lava filling with a crumb topping. Are you drooling yet? Because I'm really hungry. From her new cookbook, Perfect Flavors, and these flavors are very perfect altogether. Welcome back to our kitchen, Naomi. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you so much for having me back on the show. It's always so exciting to see you.
Okay, first
and
of
the
all,
family.
Let's clear up for everyone. Well, Ken, Paige, go ahead.
Should we wait?
Okay,
okay,
good.
Yeah, it's teasing. It's teasing.
I know,
it's not
just
fair.
having it there. So let's clear up for everyone at home what babka is.
Babka is a yeast dough that you make a traditional dough, then you let it rise. It's flour, sugar, water, yeast. You roll it together. You fill it with an amazing filling. You twist it, you top it, and then you bake it, and then you dig right in like what they're doing.
Right.
It doesn't get better than that.
Not to be confused with bupkas.
No, babka is nothing.
Two different things. Babka.
Everything. Yeah.
It's not fair right here.
Isn't it so good?
I mean,
I'm sorry to do this to you in the new year.
I'm going in.
Just think about the superfoods that will
And you'll eat
counteract
goji berries later.
Right.
There you go.
So this is also a superfood, at least for me. So we start with the filling. I mean, not the filling, the crumbs,
topping.
the
I always
crumble.
make my topping first.
So how do we make the crumble?
Okay, very simple. We're going to go in with our flour, got a sugar, and then vanilla sugar. Just adds a little
Vanilla
bit of
sugar.
Yeah, little depth of flavour there of light vanilla flavour, and some canola oil.
Right.
And now you just, with a fork, I actually don't use a spoon because I want to form crumbs.
Okay.
So if you go in with a spoon, it kind of like mashes it. So we want to just quickly form some crumbs.
So you want it like wet sand?
Like wet sand. So you give that a couple minutes.
Right.
And you're just like almost mixing it and bashing it at the same time.
And it's okay to still have some flour chunks in there like
yeah,
that?
that's what you want. That makes the crumble.
All right.
That's the crumble that we see on top.
Can I ask, can you use a different type of oil other than canola?
You can use avocado oil.
Avocado oil.
That's another big
superfood.
Yeah. I mean, everything avocado for me is fabulous.
Okay,
so.
Right. And maybe could you use like a nut oil or no?
You could use a walnut oil or an almond oil, absolutely.
All right, so we do
So we're
this,
going
and
to set that aside.
And then we talk about the delicious yeast dough. So how does that come together?
So you always proof your yeast. You do water, sugar, and water, sugar, and yeast come together in a bowl. You need to let it proof. If it doesn't proof, it means it's dead. Throw out your yeast, go to the supermarket, and buy another one.
Okay.
So you always want to make sure, because yeast makes it rise.
Right.
So we let it rise. Now you've got to let it, you throw in the flour with the yeast, mix it all together till you get a dough.
Okay.
So we've got the wet with the water, sugar, yeast, then we start adding in the eggs and the oil and
salt,
flour and the salt, and knead it, and then you give it an hour to rest.
That's it. That's not too long.
No, it's not too long. It goes fast, and if you put it in the wet towel in the microwave, a wet paper towel in the microwave for 45 seconds, the steam from that towel, and you put the bowl in the microwave. After it's turned off, the slight steam from the 45 seconds of the paper towel makes it rise even faster.
Isn't
that a great tip?
What? You don't microwave the dough.
You don't microwave it, just the towel.
Oh, to get the
and
warm.
it gives it just that little bit of humidity
And you put it over
to make it rise.
And then put it back in
Isn't that genius? A friend of mine, another Naomi, told me about that.
Okay, now we're going to bring this dough over that we've let rest and rise, and now we have rolled it out. I don't know about you, but I love the smell of dough.
So you know what's really good with this dough? You can divide it into 3 lots. You can put 2 in a Ziploc bag and freezer. In the freezer, and that way it's always ready to go. You leave it on the counter overnight or in the fridge overnight, then you can always have dough ready to go. Homemade dough, there's nothing like it.
Nothing like it. It's so true.
So you want to roll it out as thin as you can get it.
Okay.
So we've basically taken up the whole board. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this is called an offset spatula.
Yes.
See, it's got that little angle there.
And we're going to add our filling. Now here's where the ooey gooey delicious goodness comes from. So what are we putting inside?
Yeah, what is it?
Guys, this is like delicious. You could just like eat it.
I could, yes.
But we're not, because we're going to use it here.
So what is it?
This is a chocolate, maybe a chocolate filling made with cocoa and oil.
That's dark cocoa, huh?
And sugar.
So it's not, you haven't melted chocolate
No,
bars.
I did not have to do that, which is good because as much as we love making things from scratch, we like to do it quickly.
Right.
So, you know, you're already making dough, so you don't need to worry about melting chocolate.
But you could.
You could, and you can add leftover chocolate chips into this as well.
Or
So it's
anything.
anything.
Because people make babka with so many different ways now, even though this is traditional.
So you could do this with, throw into this, you could throw in nuts and cookie crumbs and chocolate chips, all kinds of different flavored chocolate chips they have as well. And I've done this with meat. Instead of chocolate,
really?
I made a
Dark
pulled.
and rich that looks.
Yeah.
That's a dark chocolate.
I've done a pulled brisket dough. I've done
Oh
a
my
cheese
gosh.
babka, cream cheese babka. You name it, jam, nuts.
A brisket babka? I can't right now. My mind is blank completely.
I'm so happy to hear
Wow,
that.
that's amazing.
So you
All
want to
right.
get it pretty much all the way to the edge.
Okay.
We ready to roll? Do you want
Yeah.
to spread? Are you okay?
Well, I could maybe just taste this. I don't, I could spread when I'm done with this over here. That's so
Right,
good.
so good, right? So what we're going to do is, you can even go on your side. We're going to do this together.
Okay.
Debbie and Naomi cooking together. You want to roll it and fold it.
Like that?
Pull and tuck. Pull and tuck as you go forward.
Okay.
Okay, it's almost like a race here.
Oh, yours is clearly better than mine.
Well,
but-
I've made quite a lot of these. When I prepared the book, I had to make the babka like 1,000 times. to get
Oh
it
my gosh, talk
just
about
right.
recipe tasting.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's
Or
babka
testing.
from? What
It's
culture?
really a European.
Okay.
It's like a very traditional dough. My grandma used to make it. We used to eat on the weekends for breakfast with chocolate milk.
Wow.
This was my Saturday morning breakfast.
That's
It's
nice.
so fun to watch you guys make this.
I know, we are
It's a
having
little-
fun
it's
here.
just sort of
Okay, now you
relaxing.
ready for the twist? We're going to twist, okay?
Oh boy, I'm gonna
Okay,
let
I'm going
you
to
do
fold it in
that.
half, and I'm going to twist it.
Oh, how beautiful.
That's how you get all the cool swirlies.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
Okay.
beautiful.
And now, I'm going to put it in my
Into
pan.
our little bunt pan.
And it doesn't
Not
matter
bunt
if
pan,
it's
excuse
not
me.
perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You'll see in the pan, it's going to like pop out. And what we're
And
going to
become
do
like a
now,
loaf.
it's going to be, we're going to split it down the middle. Just gently, not all the way through. It's really
Why
important.
are you doing that?
You're going to see when it comes out, it just, look at all those nice rolls. It kind of just pops out. Now, the crumb topping. All right, I'm just going to go right in there with my
Yeah,
hands.
sure.
You've got
My
us
daughter
all
calls it powder.
mesmerized. Yeah,
We're just
you
going to pat.
definitely
It's like
have our
snow. It's snowing in Los Angeles.
That's so beautiful.
Here we go. Ta-da!
And then this goes into the oven for how long?
About 30 minutes. And if you make more than one at a time, you do all three, I would rotate them around in the oven as
Okay.
well.
No butter or anything
No
on top.
butter,
just like that.
nothing, just goes right in, not even an egg.
Nothing.
Goes right into the oven.
Okay, so 30 minutes,
30
350?
minutes at 350.
And then the hardest part of all is you have to actually let it cool when it comes out of the oven. You can't eat it
Good luck with
immediately
that.
according to
Right,
Good luck,
right.
everybody.
Like I always say, like a steak has to rest. You want that filling to rest. Just kind of, if you cut right away very hot, number one, you burn yourself. But number two, it just like makes a big hot mess. We don't want that. So
Yeah,
we
but
just,
it would be so ooey gooey.
Yeah.
it is. But you want it to be ooey gooey and neat. So
Okay.
So as you're doing that, I want to ask you a little bit. I know your book is filled with recipes inspired by travel.
Yeah.
Can we go through some of these?
Yeah,
great
sure.
recipes you got here. Let's start with the
Are you gonna start?
flounder Parmesan. There's the photo right there. Tell us about this beauty right here.
Okay, so you want picky eaters to start eating fish. The kids don't always want to eat fish. You switch out eggplant for fish, for flounder, and you've got a fish parmesan. Absolutely delicious.
Great idea.
People have been going crazy over that.
Yeah, I love that. All right, how about some Thai peanut drumsticks?
Inspired by my trip to Thailand. It's basically dinner on a stick. Right, dinner in your hand.
I mean,
You can-
look,
great
it's
idea.
delicious. We just got back from Thailand.
Isn't it
and I
fabulous?
was there with my two kids, and they actually ate really, really well.
Right.
I mean, I was sort of surprised.
Because everything's fresh, it's different flavors, but it's not completely overwhelming. So my kids take the drumstick, put a towel around it, a little paper towel, and bite right in. Thailand on the bone.
Can I just show you while you were looking at that, all this ooey gooey goodness in here? Look at that. Do you see how gooey that is?
Layer upon layer of chocolate flavor.
There you go, Deb. Have a bite. Thank you so much. This is absolutely
just a
delicious.
little
Debbie, you get the whole.
Naomi.
Are you going to share that a little bit? Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, all right. For the full recipe, head over to hallmarkchannel.com, everybody, and you can connect with Naomi on her
Naomi.
website
Oh my God, look at
as
this.
well.